How can we trust what we see or hear? Stay with me, because tonight I found something in the dark that shouldn't exist, and it knows my name. The mansion stood at the edge of town like a forgotten thought, its windows black and unblinking. I zipped up my jacket and adjusted my backpack full of gadgets: infrared cameras, EMF meters, and a digital recorder. The air was cold, like it might snow, but the sky had an eerie clarity that made everything sharper, too real. It was my third time coming here, but tonight felt different. The silence around the mansion wasn't usual silence. It pressed in on me, thick and watchful. Or maybe that was just my nerves. You'd think I'd be used to this by now. Inside, every floorboard groaned like a warning. My flashlight flickered as I set up my gear in the moldy parlor. The recorder hitched on, its tiny screen glowing like a lone ember. I asked my first question, just something simple about who might be here. Static. Then a whisper, so faint I wasn't sure it was real. Leave. I played it back, but the sound had vanished. Strange, but glitches happened, right? Moving to the main hall, I placed the camera down. Its lens immediately fogged, even though the air felt dry. My EMF meter spiked wildly up and down, like someone jabbing random buttons. "Stop messing with me," I muttered. That's when it began. The recorder snapped to life on its own, recording nothing but heavy, shuddering breaths. Mine stopped. Was it me? No. Then came a reply. You know, what was I supposed to know? Let me ask you, if something out there was trying to talk to you, would you listen? Because I wasn't sure I should, but I couldn't stop. I packed up and moved upstairs, but I couldn't shake the feeling that someone was following. My camera caught a flicker of movement at the edge of its screen. Too fast, like a shadow skipping away. The floor creaked behind me, though I knew I was alone. That's when the messages appeared. The screen of my EMF meter began to glitch, and then words blinked through the static. "Don't look!" And worse still, the recorder played back a distant voice repeating, "Alex, Alex, Alex." How did it know my name? My hands shook so badly I dropped the recorder, and in that pause, I could hear it breathing. I ran out of options, or answers. In the largest bedroom, my gear spun out of control. The infrared camera lit up without being touched, showing the room as it might have been years ago, furnished, alive with light. But in the middle of it all stood a figure, faceless but fixed on me through the lens. Then it jerked, a glitch in reality. Closer every time the camera flickered. A burnt smell filled the room, like wires frying, but it wasn't coming from my equipment. I wanted to run, but my legs locked. "Why won't you listen?" It rasped through the recorder, but something slammed the door shut before I could answer. The shadows moved toward me, or maybe I moved toward them. I don't know. That's the thing about fear. It messes with time, with your mind. I reached for the door but couldn't tell if I was imagining the icy grip on my wrist. I don't remember leaving the mansion. I remember the cold, the sound of doors slamming in some distant part of the house, as if something was chasing me all the way out. My gear, useless. I retrieved what I could, but most of it melted. Back home, I tried to look at the footage, but all I saw were static and flashes of that figure. The whispers on the recorder were gone, or maybe I just imagined them. But here's the unsettling part. Sometimes, when I'm lying in bed, my phone screen glitches, clocking in weird words. Sometimes, I hear my name whispered in static, and sometimes, I think it's still waiting for me to figure it out. So, what do you think? Was the entity real or a glitch in my mind, or my tech? Have you ever felt like you weren't really alone? Comment below and tell me your theories. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, sometimes the scariest stories start long after they end. We'll see what whispers back next time.